YouTubers, George Farmhouse. Today I'm going to talk the subject of chickens. Chickens is an interesting topic when it comes to looking after them. I do apologise for the noise disturbance in this area where I'm filming. I actually film at the farmhouse, which you could say is just a local normal household property. There's a lot of planes going over because I'm in the middle of the flight path, so I do apologise for that. And it shouldn't be very much wind noise like we had last few days. So, regarding chickens, I haven't got chickens in my collection at this stage, but I am planning to in the next few months, or next month or two. I used to have chickens when I was in school and when I first moved into this property. So yeah, I want to tell you the best chicken advice what I've learned in the past, and what mistakes I have to fix as well. And I can teach you my mistakes as well. When I first had chickens, I didn't have the setup good enough, really well. So the setup wasn't really well set up, so because they were going all over my yard. Some people say they like the area around the yard, but I got a bit of concrete in my area, which is very hard to clean off the actual poop off it, because they just shit everywhere. This time I'm gonna have a better setup, and hopefully it'll be a more controlled, more controlled environment for the chickens. Starting with chicken coops are a big topic when it comes to having chickens. Chickens actually like to be in a big place most of the time when they're at night time. Especially because the bigger the coop you can get, you have within your yard, the better and happier they'll be. I also recommend trying to go for a chicken coop that's got a nesting box, because most hardware stores where sells chicken coops, they do not come with nesting boxes. So just warn you about that. Like I know for Bunnings, they don't sell nesting boxes for their chicken coops, which is quite strange in Australia. So if you want to start off with chickens, I would recommend going to a website called Backyard Chicken Coops, which is in Australia. They're based in Brisbane, I think, and they are a bit expensive. They do offer installation service, but that'll be a third party. But they will be they'll install for you. The only downside is to backyard chicken coops with their coops, they will have to be painted inside and out. So I do warn you about that. So I would recommend that. As I said, the warranty will be even longer on the chicken coop. So I do warn you about that. Plus, you need good chickens that will lay constantly. When you buy young chickens, when they're just at the stage of maturity, they are better to lay in. But some people don't understand that once you buy them, they're going to lay straight away. Technically, they won't. They need to settle into their environment and home before they will be comfortable with laying laying eggs. Sorry. So that's my best advice. So just let them settle after we introduce new chickens. When you got older chickens and you introduce new chickens, I do warn you, it'll come to a disorder called the pecking disorder. Because the older chickens are known for their home and territory, and once you introduce young chickens again, and you new set of chickens, they'll just do the pecking order and peck on the neck and try and murder them, which you can't help when you introduce new chickens. So my best advice is to keep them separate, or keep a wire chicken mesh in between the coop, in between each from the old chicken and the new chickens, they won't attack it, and then they have their own space, and the young chicken won't actually have to be teased by the old chickens, and the old chickens will get to know to use them. There is another way of trying to prevent pecking order. Is you need a wide a large space and fenced off, so the young chicken can run away from the actual older chicken, and then you should be fine. After about a few weeks or a few days of it, they'll start to get used to each other. It could take up until a week at most to actually get them to get used to each other. Speaking of feed, most chicken love a good feed. Try get chicken coop with chicken feed with a little bit of calcium in it, because the calcium will help to produce a stronger shell for their eggs, and also it'll help them with their beak and the other parts of their body which requires calcium. And also try feeding them a bit of greens as well. If you've got a lawn area, just fence off a lawn area for them, so they stay in the area and they can just peck on the grass, and that's good for them as well, because I like to dig around dirt and also grass and look for worms. So my chicken coop's going to be quite large actually. See there, I've got a small yard, but I'm going to fence off most of the yard, like a quarter of the yard, to actually keep the chickens controlled. So try to keep them off of concrete, because they'll shit everywhere all over the concrete, and it's a pain in the ass to clean them up. I've experienced that before. When it comes to bedding, there's several different types of beddings. The best one I would recommend, if you're on the budget and you'll go cheap style, try use barley straw, because barley straw is a little bit softer than pea straw, and barley straw is much better for them and a bit more healthier for them to be around as well. So that's my advice with the barley straw. There's a little bit concerns with pea straw I'm worried about, and from my experience, pea straw after a while it starts to smell a bit after when the chickens have been in it for a little while. I find that barley straw lasts a lot longer as bedding than pea straw, and barley straw is a lot easier to work with than pea straw, and I'm giving you a fact about that. So yeah. Also, I'll go into the situation of council laws. Some councils, wherever you are, if you live in the outskirts of the metropolitan, you don't have a number. You don't have to have a limit of how many chickens you're allowed to have. In the metropolitan area, some councils require you having up to 4 to 5 chooks, some up to 7, 8, and some, if you look after them properly and you've got a good history with the council, you can actually go up to about 14 in some cases. Look, I've got a good history with the council, and I live in the council, which is in north. They control all the way from the southern beaches, northwestern beaches, up to Clemson, which is the northeastern part of the state of Adelaide. So, which is in the metropolitan area still, but it's the northeastern suburbs of Adelaide. So I might be able to have up to 12 chooks, but this is what I recommend. If you want to have up to 12 chooks in your area, in your house, I would start off with about 3 or 4 at a time, and let them settle in and see how you go, how you look after them. If you feel confident of having more chooks, then buy another, say 2 or 3 more. But just be aware of the pecking order. But if you buy them at different, similar ages when you bought them from the first lot, it should be fine. They won't have the pecking order as much as they should have when they're older. So, some people like buying chickens from very young, as chicks. Bit hard in that case because you need a heat lamp to keep them warm, and they're very, very fragile, so they're a bit more delicate than and look after when they get older. So I'll try and get chickens that are ready to lay and still at a young age where they're at the start of maturity. That's what I recommend. And the best chickens I would recommend for laying is ISO brown, which is a very common chook. They're the maroon red chooks. Another one is, I can't remember the breed, but they're the white chooks. Similar to the ISO brown, but just a white colour. They actually produce a white egg, I think, and they're good layers as well. But if you're going into a business of selling eggs, like I'm going to in the future, I would recommend keeping all the one chooks, all the same breed of chooks, and then you'll be fine with don't have to mix colours and that and stuff like that. There is some laws with selling eggs. You need a code on them. If you're selling them in supermarket, you will need a code and a verification code on there. And also, when you sell in markets, you will have, including markets, including supermarkets and super shopping centres, you will required to stamp the date of laid of the egg. So say like it's laid today, you have to put today's date straight away on the egg, stamped it, and they'll tell the customer if it's very fresh eggs. So, and then you'll be on the safe side. You don't need to have a code if you're selling it into supermarkets, but when you go sell it in Sunday markets, what I'm going to do, you don't have to actually put the code on there. You just have to stamp the eggs, that's it. So, and try to get the labels off of second-hand egg cartons as well, because then it's classified as fraud, or whatever you want to call it, to when you using another container with a label on. So, I do warn you about that. If you're buying brand new egg cartons that has no labels on there, or no printing, you should be fine. Just print 2 address labels, thermal, put it in the brand, like the weight, the expiry date, and the price. What if you don't want to sell them, just don't put the price on there, and just put the expiry date, use by date, and the weight, and also your brand name, or whatever you want to call it. It's your choice. When it comes to selling, it's totally different. So when you're selling eggs, you'll require the weight of the actual eggs, the price, the free type of eggs you're selling, like free range or cage eggs. You'll require that, and your brand name as well. So you do have to do that, but I'm going to just use normal address labels, 3 of them, and that should be fine doing that. So hopefully you get an idea about selling eggs. I don't know the full laws by selling eggs, but I know most of them, or most of them that I think I know, and hopefully you get the idea, because every state has got different laws of selling eggs in wherever you are around the country or wherever you are around the world. So I just look it up on the internet and look up for the state laws for selling eggs and what to require when selling eggs. So, good fact. What else have to say? Make sure the chickens have got a good chicken run around them for them. They'll love that. And there's also, I think I've already mentioned this, but I'll say it again. So there's another plane going over. It sounds like a big one as well. When you're looking at eggs, there's a good way of telling if the eggs are caged or free range. You crack open an egg and look at the yolk. If it's a very rich, deep yellow, it's classified as caged eggs. no, it's just a small plane. Sounds like a big plane, the way jets sound. Yeah, so the way you can tell cages should be able to deep rich yellow on there. If it's a free range, it should have a pale yellow, less deep yellow. It should be pale yellow, but still yellow enough to when it's laid. So that's the way you can tell it's free range and cage. So make sure you give them good feed, good chicken feed. Don't go for too cheap, and make sure that you feed them some grains as well. And yeah, hopefully you get the idea of looking after chooks. You will require to, I would recommend changing the straw or the bedding out at least once every 2-3 weeks, depending on how many chooks you got. Don't throw away the straw because it's classified as manure, and it's very rich in nutrients and fertilizer. So it's more richer than cow manure and also horse manure. So it's very rich. So don't throw away. And use the actual manure sparingly because it is quite rich. So I do wonder about that. So yeah, hopefully you learn a couple of tips on having chooks. Like I said, I'm going to have chooks in the next few months. So thank you for watching. Have yourself a good day, and subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. Have yourself a great day, and hopefully I'll post more videos this week for you. Alright, have yourself a good day and enjoy your day. Cheers.